I'd throw in a few comments since you've been reading my post fairly regularly on Facebook page on this Monday, February 22nd of 2021. It's gotten interesting. The Supreme Court has just declined to hear any evidence and make any decisions about such evidence with regard to the Trump campaign and election. The reasons were not given apart from a dissension by Clarence Thomas, and who had dissented last time in that regard. So that now the American people are fundamentally on their own. And truth be told, for the past 10 years, we have been educated in what it means to go without the rule of law, and in fact what it means to go with the rule of law under the Trump administration. And for that reason, and that reason alone, so many people have been red-pilled, and I'm very hopeful. Welcome to human history. This is what it's all about. You see, I realize you can't quite read this, but these are a succession of civilizations and generations of people, thousands of generations of people, in hundreds of civilizations, cities, city-states in history that have come and gone. They made the wrong decisions and they disappeared. I'm very hopeful that's not going to happen to us because, again, of those last 10 years. Truth be told, we live in a period in history where information, we have an age of information. We also have an age of confusion. We have a government in total disarray. But we have a people that are learning. They are becoming educated to the value of the Constitution versus the social justice of Marxism. They're appreciating history all the more because history is where it's at when it comes to education of a people about being preserving their humanity through common human morality. On my Facebook page, I've called Only Faith in Christ Saves. I've posted for the last couple of years about the fact that morality is just common sense. It's not spirituality, it's what makes us human. The fact we don't lie, cheat, steal, murder, etc., etc. Well, in the past 20 or 30 years, as we've progressed from less and from a morality that got us through War II and protected us from two Axis evil powers, insofar as we had the moral turpitude to stand up against it, we've lost that moral turpitude. We've lost that, or we have lost that fight, as it were, and been cowed by this social justice of political reform that has almost cost our country our freedoms completely. that it's not going to happen. What's going to happen is the same thing that happened when God created the heavens and the earth. It's the same thing when God delivered the children of Israel out of slavery into freedom. That gave them 1,400 years of a nation of freedom, minus the deportation of the 10 northern tribes and the deportation and return of Judah. That's a different issue. Pardon me. What's at issue is that it was who and what the Lord is that created ex nihilo, out of nothing, something. Out of nothing, he created the heavens and the earth. Out of nothing, he created a nation. Out of nothing, he delivered us from a British army, a crack British bloodied army that kicked us all over the continent with a force of farmers and no provisions that we defeated in Yorktown. Out of nothing, we defeated 2 world Axis powers, again, veteran armies. They had fought for years. The Japanese in China, the Germans throughout Europe, and we had 200,000 farm workers. Actually, farm workers that became civil servants in restoring national parks that were then inducted into the army. We had, and from that, we had a great general that led us to victory. Deliverance is in the greatness of the leadership of the one leading. Proverbs 11:16, I think. Don't look at it in English translation. It's ridiculous how it's translated in the King James Version. But what's at issue is leadership. And we have leadership, and we'll continue to have that leadership. And we'll have it on an earthly standpoint and on a heavenly standpoint. I'm very convinced that the American people will make the right decisions under the rule of law, to seek the rule of law, to return to the rule of law, to return to our Constitution, and for the military to defend our Constitution. Not a political party, not an individual, the Constitution. You have a great day.